Now, when guys are asking for nudes and pics and stuff, they're just being thirsty, which comes across as beta as hell. She's heard it a million times. And it's stupid. Not only that, asking for pics makes you look like a thirsty little bitch a lot. I'm not saying getting pics is a bad thing if it's done properly and it's done because she wants to send them. It is a compliance move. So guys innately know that if they can get a girl to comply, and I talk about authority in my programs and stuff, they're complying because they perceive you as an authority. All right. So when I say authority, I mean you're somebody that the reward for following you outweighs the risk of following you or consequences of following you. So a girl will follow you all the way to the bedroom in, less than an hour if she perceives that you have the authority, meaning that the reward of following you in this definition here of authority, the reward of following you exceeds the consequences of doing that. She'll follow you right to the bedroom. And so that's compliance. The more a girl complies to you, the more she does for you, the more she offers, an effort she puts into you, the more investment she gets. Investment is what causes trust. So she trusts you enough to not get the danger signals. She has the attraction signals with a reduced amount of danger signals. You're in the bedroom. That's pretty simple. That's what I talked about, the action threshold versus desire. She has a 9 desire for you, but her danger signals are high. She's never sleeping with you. She has a 10 action threshold, meaning that you can't get to the point where she would say yes. Perceives too much danger. But if your game is good and she's complying because she sees you as an authority, someone who she could get rewarded for following, the reward outweighs the risk and the consequences, then that action threshold comes down. This is why attractive guy, a 9 comes in, but she's got too much tension. She doesn't see the reward or the potential consequences as being worth it, even though she's more attracted to him. Maybe initially her action threshold or the point in which she would decide, okay, I would sleep with this guy, is not meeting where the attraction level is. And then a less attractive guy with game comes in, okay, but gets her to comply, gets her to invest by having conversation, playing along with some of the little fantasy, conversation game stuff, kind of in the little bit of a banter. He moves her to a different location. He moves her to another location, all in the same building. You know what I mean? Gets a little, negging. He moves right into, we should do something later. And, her friends are off messing around with whoever, and she's not going to be missed. I mean, all of a sudden, the risk as well as the consequences for following this guy, they're becoming less, and the rewards are becoming more, and she sees him as a sexual option. So desire is up, the action threshold comes down. Her desire, maybe she only desired the guy like 6 out of 10, but her action, she felt so good about making the decision that her action threshold came down to a 4 or 5. She's in the sack with the dude, she's leaving with the dude, she's leaving the club, she's leaving the bar, and whatever, and things are progressing or escalating. So that's how that stuff works. Not necessarily a good game because a lot of guys look like they're qualifying to the girl using the same lines over and over again that are same ones guys are getting on the internet. Okay, part of being attractive to a girl, here's 3 concepts that come from my stuff. But you'll see this though if you watch pickup guys who are good at what they do, they all possess these 3 things. There's something unique about their speech and the way that they talk. Okay, so it's different. There's something unique about how they appear. And that includes, doesn't necessarily mean he has to be dressed differently or whatever, although that was the whole peacocking thing. But it could be just simply being attractive, or it could be just his body language, how he's standing, how he approaches. Like a guy that kind of maybe skips over and does a little landing and goes, hey, whatever. It's a little dorky and terrible. He might be able to take that, even though I'm not recommending you do that, but he might be able to take that into a game scenario where the chick's attracted simply because of the uniqueness of his approach. Now, I say unique, you don't want to be unattractive, but just being different grabs the attention. Okay. And so this is why guys, for example, with an accent, I have a bit of a Midwestern accent. Now I'm talking in my teaching voice right now, but my conversational voice is more chill, it's more smooth. And so when I have like this chill voice and I'm talking with girls out in like New York and New Jersey, I found that they were like what? And they thought my voice was so sexy because guys out in that area talked a certain way. I was talking differently than those guys. But then the differences too were a bit seductive with my tonality and stuff like that. And so they saw that as, holy shit, this guy is really attractive. And I got that compliment a lot about my voice. Now I don't get that compliment quite so much. I do a little bit, but not quite so much in like the Midwest where everybody talks like they're from the Midwest. Now, a guy from, let's say, Europe, a French accent, let's say, comes in, French, what the fuck, right? But that guy comes in the United States, or even a guy from the South, right? Comes into the North or whatever, because he talks a little different, he attracts a little bit more attention, all right, from what's normal in the area. So there's an idea of genetic diversity, and that's why that works. And so someone who just displays differences, being different won't push you through to the end, but it's what gets you noticed. So those two things, and then it's authority. So different speech, different appearance, including body language, and then authority, meaning that she sees that following you as the leader is better for her than the consequences of following you or the dangers that might be proposed for following you. What happens is you can move her along agreement and compliance, and then she's getting rewarded or negged for non-compliance. She's in the bedroom. Super simple, right? Again, simple solutions to complex problem psychology. So doing canned things, saying the same canned pickup lines, which is why I don't, although some pickup lines have more of a success rate than others, especially in a populated area. Yeah, sure, you can rail through some of them, but really, I recommend just doing situational pickup lines. It doesn't matter. Just be unique. You can say whatever you want. It's actually the pickup line that doesn't even matter, especially in person. Online, it does matter a bit because it's how you're going to grab her attention. But saying something that is not necessarily canned, that's situational, okay, is something that, and that's not something that everybody would say necessarily. That would inspire that curiosity to get her to talk to you, because the initial thing online is curiosity. Now, when guys are asking for nudes and pics and stuff, they're just being thirsty, which comes across as beta as hell. But I've had it, of course, and my clients have had it where the girls voluntarily sending pics right from the beginning because the conversation goes in that direction. And especially when they meet them on dating apps, because a fair percentage of women on dating apps are just looking to get laid, just like the guys. And so that's fine. That's compliance, and she's demonstrating she's interested. And if you're just looking to get laid by a crazy person, cool, man, go get laid by a crazy person. There it is, nude pics. But yeah, asking for those in an uncalibrated way, yeah, it's not gonna be good for you.